Aurora, don't interrupt mother. It's feeding time. Alright, so it's been a really busy day. I worked on my part of the SWOT analysis, about 5 pages this morning into the afternoon before my meeting, and I got it done right before my meeting, so that was perfect. And then Michelle and I have been working on our Hen Hatch submission, which feels a lot better. So we're definitely getting there. Michelle's working on financials, which I appreciate so much because I really just like numbers. And I'm working on flow and script and some emails we need to get out as well. So it's coming together. Now I'm going to the art of pitching, a presentation hosted by the Diamond Challenge, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, I'm gonna go to that now.
You have a question from Sierra. She's pitching in a competition this Thursday. What are your recommendations for balancing moments of silence versus a time constraint on a pitch and trying to get as much information as possible into that pitch?
Very good question, Sarah. It's great to hear from you. Thanks for your message yesterday as well. So the key, Sarah, and everyone else on the call, is to literally write out every single word. When you're under that type of scrutiny for time, you want to make sure that every word and every syllable lands perfectly. And feel free to message me on LinkedIn after and we can brainstorm that. Does that make sense? Is that clear? Awesome. I love the thumbs up. This is great.
All right, so another day of working basically the whole day on Hen Hatch. Michelle is working on the financials, which I really appreciate because I hate numbers. And I've been working on the script and then the slides as well. So it's slowly coming together, but very slowly. I really wish we had had more time than like a week, but that's okay. So we're doing the best that we can with what we have. We're going to jump on with an advisor in about an hour to go over what we have so far, and hopefully tomorrow I'll go over it as well with a couple people and record tonight and then send the recording to a bunch of previous Hen Hatch finalists as well as some other advisors. So it's slowly coming together, but we're working as hard as we can on it. Hour 6 of working on Hen Hatch. Just met with one of our advisors and he gave so much valuable information and thoughts and ideas and advice and tips, and just, it was great. So Michelle and I are jumping back on. We just took a quick break and we're going into our 7th hour of working on this, but I'm really excited with the progress. I think we're coming along really well and we're almost ready to record our first draft to send out to a bunch of advisors to look over hopefully tomorrow. So yeah, really excited. All right, so we are entering into hour 9 of working on our Hen Hatch presentation. It's there. It is there. Our goal was to record what we have tonight, the best it could possibly be, and everything is done. Now it's just practicing our parts actually, and then getting feedback and just improving. So we have 17 slides, which is a lot, but some of them we like go through really quickly. Anyway, it's 11 o'clock. We're about to record the final one and then send that out to a bunch of advisors, hopefully, to get feedback on it, so that by like the end of tomorrow, hopefully some people will have responded so that we can improve it and continue practicing it, because we present on Thursday. So we'll have one day tomorrow to get feedback, improve on the feedback, and then just start practicing our parts again and again and again and again and again, because right now we're still reading off of the script just because, you know, we've been changing so much around that we can't, memorize yet. So yeah, I'm excited.
And only 0.1% of all clothing sent to charities and Take Back programs ends up getting recycled.
Upcycle Design wants to solve this problem and show that there is a better way to use this fabric. All right, so today has already been a really busy day. I finished going over the SWOT analysis for my team. I was doing kind of grammar and overall flow and just making sure that all of our parts were cohesive. So I worked on that for a couple hours. It's ready to be submitted. Finally, I'm so glad. And then I also just did quickly, it was very quickly, I copied over a lot of what we submitted for Hen Hatch to the Reinventing Delaware contest, which it's on my vision board. It's someday I want to get to the finals of that. So I put that together really quickly because we have so much to do for Hen Hatch. And now the rest of the day is Hen Hatch, and then I have class later as well. So we got a bunch of amazing feedback from advisors and mentors that we sent our presentation to last night. Thank you so much to everyone who has responded. We're gonna go through that and make adjustments and practice and everything. And then we're practicing with an advisor live at 5 in a couple hours. And then I have class later, like I mentioned, and then we'll just keep practicing the rest of the day. Oh, that reminds me, I originally had an advising appointment tomorrow and I need to reschedule that for Thursday. So I'm gonna do that right now.
So I am going to spotlight Mr. Bryan Terrell Clark. Some of you probably remember Bryan from our Changemakers Conference last year. And he is in this role tonight here as one of the executive directors of Indefine. We have invited Bryan to share his story, talk a little bit of Indefine, and to challenge you to help solve a problem.
You guys are going to learn as I talk a little bit that I'm primarily an artist. And so I speak like an artist. And I come from an expressive place that is completely the heart of an artist. But at the same time, I have a huge passion for social justice, for collaboration, for community. Societies and building community is about our survival. And so so in order for us to not only survive, but for us to thrive, it's going to take us doing some good group projects. So I say all that to say I'm really grateful to be here.
We're done, yay! We finished Hen Hatch, the semifinal round. Honestly, the judges really just had feedback instead of questions, which we don't know how to feel about. We were really ready for questions and they only asked a few and they really just talked the whole time about feedback. But then we got to meet with an advisor after who just gave us like 45 minutes of feedback, which was actually super helpful. His feedback was amazing. Anyway, we're so glad to be done. Michelle and I just jumped off kind of recapping ourselves and how we're doing, how we're feeling from how it went, all this stuff. It was a little frustrating. One of the advisors at the very end, so we couldn't respond, said something about us being a nonprofit, and that's not our model. We are a for-profit with upcycle design, but we are social ventures. We have a social mission, think like a B Corp, where we donate a lot of money to charity. We, support sustainable initiative. Like our focus is impact, but we are a for-profit organization. And he said nonprofit, and I couldn't respond because we were completely out of time, and it was just really frustrating because it was not correct, and I wanted to correct him. Anyway. So we definitely learned a lot of how to message upcycle design based on what they said. A lot of it being incorrect about like scalability and stuff. They weren't understanding, I guess, fully, which was a little frustrating, but we're learning, right? It's a learning experience. So we don't hear back until midnight tonight. Who goes on to the next round. Again, we are put in the post-revenue round, which we really would have preferred to be in the pre-revenue because we've sold like a few units. Like we haven't done that much, and they forced us to be in the post-revenue round, which we were really nervous about because we're competing against people who've like been in business for a while, and we haven't been. This has been, less than 6 months. I don't know, it's not that long, and so that was too bad, but I'm so happy to be done. I have a bunch of other work that I need to catch up on because literally the whole week we took off and didn't do a lot of school and a lot of other responsibilities because we wanted to prep for Hen Hatch. So I'm really excited that it's done, and we really put our best foot forward. I think we did over 30 hours of work on our presentation. They did say that our presentation came off really well, that we present well together, and that, they could obviously tell we'd spent a lot of time on it, so that was really good. So anyway, time to rest for just a little bit of time because I have so much other work that needs to be done. So let's get to it. So unfortunately, we did not make it through to the Hen Hatch finals, but I think we gained a lot of valuable lessons learned, and we know a lot more going forward about our messaging and who our target audience was, because the judges were, not social entrepreneurs. They were kind of very similar, all of them, and so they were more, money focused, profit focused, and not really impact focused, which was really hard, to not have any social entrepreneurs or anyone who cares as much or more about impact than just making money. So frustrating, but definitely learned a lot. And I think that we'll know more now that this is the audience that we really have to target the entire presentation to, and make it very clear that we are not a nonprofit. We are a for-profit. We are in the future, we really want to be a B Corp. So we are mission driven, but we are for-profit. And I guess we actually have to say that sentence because people just still are assuming that we're a nonprofit, unfortunately. So, pretty disappointing since we spent, more than 30 hours this last week on that and kind of pushed school and other stuff aside, but that's fine. We're moving on. We are really excited this next week for our curriculum to start. It starts next Thursday, which I can't believe. So I want to prep this weekend and make it the best the first class can possibly be because I'm so excited. And today I really crashed. I had to get up at 8 a.m. because I had an advising appointment, so I had to figure out kind of what classes I might take next spring. And then I had my 3-hour class. I took a bunch of naps in between all of that because I have not been this tired, I think, in like a year. I just feel completely drained and just just mentally exhausted. So definitely was a massive push to get through Hen Hatch. But yeah, I'm really excited that it is the weekend and there's a lot of stuff that I need to do, but I'm gonna take the rest of the night off. So yeah, Sierra signing off.